Greetings, I'm Damian Lacey, my YouTube channel here, and I have a plan. It's a pretty good plan. I'm going to need some help with it. What I want to do is, I'm here in New York City, Chinatown at the moment, and I've been walking around New York for a while, taking in the sights, and I've noticed an awful lot of homeless people here. It's almost as big a problem as this whole corona thing, but not quite. Anyway, I have a plan to alleviate the homeless situation here in New York City. My plan is to hire 8,400,000 people to do voice acting, and we're going to split them into groups based on how able they are to work. People with their credentials, like IDs, social security card, that sort of thing, will be able to work first. I want to set up a fund of donated money to pay for credentials for the homeless people that don't have them. I would like to streamline the red tape, which is even harder to get through because of this COVID thing. And the best way to do that is with money, right? So I feel if we can pay for the homeless people's credentials, then if I start a new business, get some help probably from the city, because I'll be providing the city value by not only fixing the homeless problem, by giving the homeless people voice acting jobs. I was thinking they could be done over the phone, and they have these machines here in New York that you can not only charge your phone in, but they have lane. So I was thinking homeless people could use these machines to call into the voice acting job, and they'd be split into literate or illiterate, and the illiterate people, when their calls get routed through the call center, which would be staffed with workers, probably homeless people that can actually read, we have the people that are illiterate get fed their lines. So like, they'll be said to say this, and then they repeat that phrase in their own voice, and that happens a couple times for about 2 hours a day, and I'm thinking for 2 weeks. And over that, if we manage to pay each one of these people out of the 8,400,000, manage to pay them $10,000 each for that 2 weeks of 2 hours a day work, that's really easy, and like even the small children would be able to do it with parental consent, of course, all the forms filled out, and credentials and everything, following child labor laws, that sort of thing. But I want this to all be official, and I've already sent a message to the mayor of New York. He hasn't reached back to me yet, but that's fine. I mean, I don't expect this thing to happen overnight, especially with this COVID thing going on. But if we can somehow raise enough money from the Fed, maybe small business loans, small business support from COVID, like there's a couple different avenues of money that I'm going to look at, maybe grants. I basically want to make a giant for-profit company with 10 million characters in the same piece of art. I was thinking originally I wanted to do a movie, like a live action one, but with this COVID thing I'm thinking animating would probably be the better way to go. So make it a cartoon, right? That way the voice talent can each voice one of the characters of the 10 million characters in the cartoon. This will give them gainful employment and enough money to actually become residents of this wonderful city. maybe somewhere in the 5 boroughs, but you know, the point is we could get a lot of homeless people off the streets here. I'm going to need help though. So I'm imploring any Congress people or House of Representatives, anybody in political power in the city of New York or the state of New York, I need you to help. Tell Congress this plan. Get me some support. Donate if you'd like. I'm going to find a way to do that as I'm able to, kind of working on this as I go. But I want to make a new company. I can't because the municipal building is closed right now due to COVID-19. I'm going to look into the online applications and see if I can get it done over the internet instead of in person, since I can't do it in person right now. But I would like to start a business. When I do, it'll have its own line of credit, unaffected by mine, though I'm starting it. The other thing is, I don't even want credit for this wonderful idea. I want to make some of the money from it, sure, because it's my idea. But as far as fixing the homeless problem, I want to let the elected politicians that are a part of this, that help me out, take credit for the idea. Like, if the mayor gets back to me on my approach, maybe the mayor could be the one that cleaned up the homeless problem in New York. See, I don't want that glory, because when you do something out of compassion, the best way to do it is anonymously. That's why I'm not even using my real name on this YouTube channel. So, what do y'all think? Comment below, and let me know if you know anybody that could help me in this venture. The kind of people I need are New York City-based illustrators and animators. Everybody that can draw, basically. I need writers. We need to name and give backstories to 10 million characters. And I want it done quickly, so I want to hire a bunch of writers. I want to hire a bunch of animators. I don't have the money to pay anyone yet. But once I start the business and get things rolling, money's going to come in. I've got this invention that I really can't say much about, but it's going to exponentially increase the amount of money that this project will make. That being the case, once the patent is pending on it, which would probably take around $50,000 to $100,000 just to get that patent pending ball rolling, because I need to hire a patent attorney and make sure that he's working with me when I create the invention so that I know that I can patent it. Because I want to look at patent law while I'm making the invention to make sure that it can be patented. Hence the patent attorney. But basically, I want to solve, or come as close to solving it as I can, New York City's homeless problem. I Googled it, and according to the census data, there's 8,400,000 people in New York City that are homeless. That's a lot of people living out on the streets. Now, during this COVID thing, they're probably going to do some sweeps of the city and, like, you know, try to help the homeless in their own usual way. But I think if we do it my way, not only will most of the homeless population be off the streets and residents of the city, but there'll be employed residents that can pay taxes. And just imagine all of that money staying in New York City and just being pumped into this dead economy that's collapsed from COVID-19. I would like to speak to the press about this. This is part of why I'm reaching out via YouTube. I need the press, I need politicians, I need anybody with political power in New York. I need animators. I need a patent attorney. I need writers, creative people. I want help on this art project. I'm going to be directing it because I'm going to be the CEO of the company, and I'm also going to be doing a whole lot of the writing. I can't write 10 million characters by myself. I mean, I could, but it'd take way too long. So I want some talented writers to collaborate with. We can collaborate via social media, YouTube or something. I'll probably leave my Twitter and an email address or two under the video so people have a way to reach me. I may even leave my phone number for the public to use and get a hold of me that way. But yeah, so if you're in the media, or if you're in the newspaper, or if you're a politician, or if you're just a person in New York City that wants to see less homeless people in New York City, help me out. That's my plan. I think it's a pretty good one, and it could make everybody a lot of money, including the city. I want to provide value to the city. I want to provide value to the homeless people. I want to provide value to all of the people that will be entertained by this piece of art that we're going to create. And that's all for now. Thank you, and be safe.